So, yeah. All right. Good evening, everybody. Thanks. Thanks for coming out tonight. Get everybody getting their spots. Thanks for coming out. Before we get started, there are two exits from this room. That one goes directly outside. That's the way you came in. That's not an exit that way, so just for future reference. Is there anybody here from the Malta Athletic Association? Because we're supposed to have a presentation by the MAA. Was that confirmed at all? Well, we'll start then with the, see if they show up. We'll start with the presentation of the budget. I don't have my notes. So I'm gonna go get my budget, excuse me. I can print my notes. I'll have to just wing it. Anyway, today we filed the tentative budget with the clerk's office. It will be available to the public tomorrow morning. My colleagues all have copies of it here for your perusal. The budget is a $15,573,000 budget. It's a couple of items about it. The Saratoga County does not anticipate any significant increase in the county sales tax for 2026. So we have budgeted a flat income from Saratoga County sales tax. There's not a whole lot of earth-shattering stuff in it. We will be having budget meetings upcoming. They're posted on our website. The first one will be this upcoming Wednesday, October 1st at 8 o'clock in this room, where the process is that the board will get together. They'll take some time we'll go through the tentative budget. We'll agree on whatever changes we agree on to come up with a preliminary budget that we then will have a public hearing on, and we will hopefully adopt a preliminary budget at our November 5th meeting. So getting the look from the clerk. I had other things to say about it, but since I didn't print my notes, you'll have to wait for the future.
This says a presentation by the budget officer. Are you giving a presentation?
I'm the budget officer, and it's not a presentation, it's the presentation of the budget to you. So you now have your copies of the budget, and then we will discuss them. So,
All right, I got a lot of,
got a lot of reading to do there, Al.
I got a lot of suggestions.
We'll break it down. So, yeah, at those meetings, like I say, we'll go through item by item about where we're, what we've appropriated. I can't think of anything else I really was gonna say, but
Jen, it's filed in the clerk's
Yes.
office?
I confirmed that to begin with.
Provided copies to the board members?
Yes.
Yes, a copy's been provided to the board members.
Thank you.
It was stamped in this afternoon, so. So, one thing is, those budget workshops will all be streamed, so you can watch them at your leisure.
And that's for the whole month of October.
The whole month of October. Most of them are Wednesdays. One of them is on a Thursday morning,
That's on the 9th of October. The rest are all on.
the
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. So basically what happens is we meet with individual department heads. We review what we've appropriated. They either accept it or they ask for other stuff or, whatever. And then, like I say, we'll agree among ourselves, hopefully, on a budget and adopt a preliminary budget. And the adopted budget should hopefully happen on November 5th, November 6th. This is our meeting that month. No MAA? So we're just going to move on. I will ask everybody to stand, if you are able, to salute the flag and moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Actually, thank you, everyone. I'm sitting here with my computer in front of me, so I have my notes. See if there was anything else I planned to say. Once again, this year, there is no general town tax or highway tax proposed in this budget. There's actually an overall tax rate reduction for special districts, fire, ambulance, and library. We're also not proposing to exceed the tax cap. I already described the next steps, so there you have it.
Is there any line item in there for paying for additional police, Saratoga Sheriff's Office?
That is not included in the tentative budget. However, really the appropriate time to discuss that is during our workshops.
Not a problem. I'll be pushing hard for it.
Next, I'll entertain a motion to accept the town clerk minutes from our September 8th meeting.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up is comments from town residents.
Good evening. I live at 61 Bayberry Drive. My name is Tim Mosman. I've been living in 61 Bayberry Drive for the last 25 years. I just got a couple questions. First, I want to say thank you for the board for what you do. You do a great job. You work hard. And thank you for coming tonight and listening, and thank you for everybody online, which I know there's a bunch online, which I have encouraged them to come. One of the things that I've spoken before about is the Malta Lake Property Committee. This is something that being involved, let me introduce my family. Michelle Mangino Mosman is my wife. We've been married for 30 years. Okay, I have two sons that I've raised over here with my daughter for the last 25 years. Okay, they're 28 and 29 now. My daughter's 16. So that says a little bit about me. I am part of the Mangino family. I've been part of the Mangino for over 30 years now. One of the things with the Malta Lake Property Committee is Cynthia, you asked for volunteers at a board meeting. Residents of Malta, you wanted to know if we could get volunteers. The very next day, I walked into your office and I had a conversation with you about that and asked if I could be on that committee. After speaking with the Mangino family, that's Pauline, Richard, my wife, Michelle, Pam, and Ricky, who's in Florida, are the rest of the Mangino family that owned that property. They strongly encouraged, and Mark came and backed this up, they strongly encouraged that I would be put on the committee as a representative for the Mangino family. The committee itself, according to Mark Hammond and others there, were very, very advocate about they wanted a Mangino. I believe you also said that you wanted a Mangino to represent on that committee. I could be wrong whether you said that, but I know the rest of them did. After our conversation, you told me that Mark Hammond had all say in who's on that committee. I spoke with Mark immediately after, and Mark said that that is not true. And Mark said to me that you have total say who's on the committee. And then I find out later that the board could vote on it depending on who's on that, if you want to get somebody on that committee. Okay. So I went back to you and I talked to you about this. And we were sitting, and it was after the assessment meeting, we were sitting here, and it was when Gar and our town assessor, Ray Lynn, were doing a presentation, which they did a fantastic job with that. You came into the room after it was over with, and I was speaking with them, and we sat down and we had a conversation about it. And we talked about different things, and you mentioned to me that you would think about it and that you would get back to me. What I'm asking you now, Why haven't you gotten back to me? And I know you don't answer, and that's okay. I get that. But what I'm asking is that I be put onto the committee as a representative for the Manginos.
I think we can handle that right now. Who's against it? I'm for you being on the committee.
Um,
I'm for it.
Wait, wait,
I'm just talking, making a comment, so I don't have to make a
why don't
motion.
we let Mr. Mosman finish?
Got it.
And then we can discuss it.
I'd like to thank the board for obviously, and the folks for obviously listening to what I have to say. And but I've basically been on that property probably more than anybody has been on that property outside the Manginos themselves. I lived in that house when my house was being built here. I'm very close, obviously, with the Mangino family because I'm married into the Mangino family. And the extended Mangino family as well has showed interest in me being on that committee as well. I am a resident of Malta. I've been a resident of Malta. It's been brought to my attention there are people on that committee that are not residents of Malta. So what I'm asking you, if I can be on that committee, or you could please just answer my question. I sent an email today. Hopefully you received the email.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So one comment that I want to make is the chairperson of that committee is not here tonight. He's on vacation. I'm reluctant to make any changes to his committee without his general input. And our contract has no requirement that we have a member of the Manginos family. I have no objection to that, but I don't want to make a change. And the minutes from the last committee meeting, I don't know if it was the last one, not the last one they had, the last one that the minutes are available right now, seemed to indicate that the committee thought that now was not quite the time. So until Mr. Hammond comes back, possibly next week, I am opposed to making any changes to that committee.
Is this a singular, you make the committee?
No,
I hear you all the time. I don't hear town board anywhere mentioned. You.
no, obviously,
Who's on the committee? How many people are on it?
right now, there is Mark Hammond as the chair, Melissa Briggs, Kristen Gottman, Adrian Cattell, and Christina Connolly. I think that's all. Huh? Oh, Terry Barnes. Oh, great. Christina has not been appointed yet.
I mean, we got a long history, I think, in this town of volunteerism, which is very commendable and good, and non-paying to volunteer for the cause of the thing. I'll just be curious why we're rejecting volunteers. And who makes the decision? Is it you, the
No.
town, or the committee?
The
Who comes?
town, the town board appoints members to committees. I have generally afforded in my tenure, a year and a half, I have afforded the chairpersons of committees the opportunity to weigh in on it. So I would like to hear from Mr. Hammond himself before we make a decision.
So my question is it's been 2 years that this committee was supposedly going to get formed. Where are all the Malta residents that are going to have input as to what happens here? That's my question. Because at this point, a lot of them are from out of town or they're town employees. Ian Mark. Is there any other ones that I haven't heard of yet?
No, we established that committee maybe 2 meetings ago, 3 meetings ago.
And it's been 2 years now.
Well, it wasn't really the,
Guess it wasn't a priority then. But thank you.
I understand it kind of fell by the wayside of the momentum and stuff like that, and Mark's leading it up right now. But we got able-bodied people willing to volunteer, and I just don't see the reason why we should be excluding, especially for someone that's got family history ties, to the area, right? We're keeping it the name, aren't we, because of who they were? So I'd be curious to see what Mr. Hammond says. You can speak anything you want.
Okay, so in speaking with Mark Hammond on that night, Mark Hammond said that he spoke with you about me being on that
What
committee.
we'll do is we'll get away from he said, she said, and we'll have Mark put it in writing that if he's willing to accept you as part of the committee, and we'll see what the committee says, and we'll get it all in writing instead of verbal, who said what.
Fair enough, thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Any other comments from town residents?
Hi, my name is Joan Carbone. I live on King Road. I'm basically here to support the action that you'll be voting on for the survey, topical survey for Silver Beach. But I came up here to comment to support this Mr. Mosman to be on the committee because I was at the meeting when the committee was formed, and my immediate reaction was, why are there just town employees? I never got a flyer to join. I live by the lake, would have been happy to be on the committee, knew nothing about it. So I think we have to open it up again to get some more committee members on that park committee, or town residents, I mean. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, we'll move on to comments from town board and department heads. First, we received a letter from our health officer, Dr. Buckley, her fall public health announcement. Fall is a time of transition from warm weather to here comes the snow. Prepare summer tools and equipment for winter storage. Prepare outdoor pools and gardens or for the cold weather. Prepare winter tools before the snow and ice starts. Check smoke detectors, CO2 detectors. Actually, it's just CO detectors. She has it too. Check furnaces and water heaters. Check vehicles for winter road worthiness. Prepare yourself for flu season with updating vaccines. That from Dr. Buckley. A couple of other announcements, but there's also on that table, there's all sorts of handouts regarding events and activities and community center stuff, so you want to get yourself involved. On October 18th from 9 to 1, we will be having electronics waste recycling here at the town hall. You have to pre-register for it. It accepts all sorts of electronics, computers, cables, cords, no batteries. This year, the registration also includes TVs. There used to be an upcharge for TVs, so the applications for that are also sitting on that table. Fill out the application and return it to the town clerk. And on Saturday, we have the Malta Cultural Arts Festival that is on October 4th from 11 to 4 at the community center. This is a free event all day, and the schedule of events is on the website. So, anybody else? Nothing? All right, we'll move on to our discussion items for possible action next week. The town court is applying for a JCAP, a grant, and we have to approve that. It's basically, the grant is for various equipment and furniture and filing cabinets, and so they will be looking for us to approve to the application of that grant next week. Any questions, comments, discussion? Next, the comptroller is asking that we participate in the NY class program on behalf of the town of Malta. This is it's New York Cooperative Liquid Assets Security System. It's an investment vehicle for municipalities for short-term assets. We kind of started the process but never followed through with it because the interest rates for NY class were less favorable than the interest rates in the private sector, but now she's seeing a switch in that trend, so she wants to have the option to be able to invest in this NY class vehicle, investment vehicle. So that'll be an item next week.
We discussed during the budget, right? Why it's exponentially better to invest in this? Okay, now you're talking my language.
You can put it in today and take it out tomorrow.
That's what we need, ATM machine.
Another item is the closing out of the High Point Capital Reserve. You may recall that we established a capital plan to repair the trails and sidewalks in, and I guess they're all just multi-use trails, in High Point. There's still money in that account, $85,000. I think we've determined that all of those repairs have been done, and so we should be able to close that reserve. It does take a 30-day, it doesn't have a permissive referendum, we can just close it? All right. That money will be, so we'll have a resolution to do that. That money will go back into the DB or highway fund because it came from highway. Any questions? It's just kind of tidying up our accounts. So that'll be a resolution. Tonight, we have some action items. The first is to set a public hearing and refer to the county planning board, the extension of our moratorium. As you may know, we are under moratorium to update our zoning to comply with the recommendations in our comprehensive plan. We've come a long way. Most of the changes have been determined and discussed and agreed to by this board. The next steps, we have another meeting this week with a little bit of, few more questions to answer for our consultant, and then they will start the process of updating our town-wide generic environmental impact statement. What that is a document that basically envisions everything that possible development in the town and what impacts that may have. So it needs to be updated basically for changes that have been made and adopted since it was last revised in 2017, I think. And then it will also establish environmental impacts for the changes that we're proposing and with our changes, with our zoning changes.
I got,
The public hearing, we're proposing to set the public hearing at our agenda, our October agenda meeting, which would be October 27th.
so move.
That's to set the hearing.
To set the public hearing and refer the local law. The current moratorium expires on November 22nd, so we should have time to get it all filed with the state and everything in a timely fashion.
So how long is the extension for?
3 months.
Could I make a recommendation that we do it for 6? And if we satisfy it ahead of time, all we have to do is close it instead of going back and doing the same thing for a third time? Because even in today's workshop that was discussed, you mentioned 3 months. The lawyer was shooting for like January and after. I mean, why do the same thing 3 times versus if we finish it up ahead of time, all we have to do is stop it instead of going through another public hearing and a 3-month extension. Even our consultant said that he doesn't think it could be done that fast.
Yeah, I don't believe that's true. I think that
He
we all thought that
told
we
me
could get
that,
it done.
I mean, it
And when did you speak to him last?
was a while ago.
Yeah.
I think it was after I got chased out of that workshop. Afterwards.
So are you proposing an amendment to the,
Yeah, I mean, instead of doing it 3 months and do it for the 6, because if in 2 months we don't think we're going to get it done, we got to go through the same procedure, have another public hearing and do it
Are you
3
willing to
times.
go 6 months?
6 months, yeah. I
Horse
mean,
trading.
What's that?
Sounds like horse trading.
Well, that's what we're doing. Are you willing to go 6 months?
How about 4 months?
4 months is good by me.
4 months?
how about you propose?
I
the
like
amendment?
6 months.
How about you propose the amendment first and then
Wait.
discuss it?
If we could, hold on a second.
Yep.
First, the resolution as prepared, first off, in the title, we have to correct the misspelling of the word local and add local law number 3 of 2025 in the, so if we're gonna make a motion to amend anything, I'd like to fix that. But secondly, the local law as proposed sets a specific date.
Right.
Which I would encourage. This said February 2nd, 2026, so we're all talking the
Right.
same. I would want to pick a board meeting rather than have it be open in the air. It's better for the public, it's better for any developers, better for the board.
So that would be like the second or first week of March?
Yeah, that would,
Yeah, well, if you're amending it, you could pick whichever date you want, but I'm just suggesting that we pick, the first Monday of the month and look it up and.
While we're looking for dates, my comment is, I think the moratorium has worked out well for the town. It's for us to get our housekeeping in order and methodical. Let's not rush the failure of getting things that we want it to look like to kind of match our comprehensive plan. And we shouldn't arbitrarily hamstring ourselves. So I think it's worked out. We got a lot of projects on the table right now. And Malta's a great place to invest in, but we got to do it right.
that would be 4 months would put us at March 2nd.
I'm in agreement with that.
Did we have a motion and a second?
No, we had a
There
motion.
there was a motion, no second.
Second.
No,
Well, now we have to,
slow down. You
don't even know what
you
we're-
moved. You can't second. So if you
Get ahead of
want,
myself.
I think Barb actually seconded when, no?
I'm sorry,
Did you, when we put that, oh, no, that was for the court application. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. I thought.
Let's start all over.
Okay.
Jen,
Okay,
do you have
first-
notes on whether the motion was seconded?
There was no second motion.
Thank you.
So then can we just discuss the changing of it and say that we're going to change that date, or do we have to have a motion and a second for all that? We never made a motion for the,
Well, you're gonna need a motion to amend the resolution that's before you, so
okay.
we get that right. So you can,
I will entertain a motion then to amend the resolution before us. We have an end date of March 2nd.
So moved.
no, yep, so just to be clear, it's.
We're still setting
Section
public
4
hearing.
of the local law will be amended to state that the town board of the town of Malta hereby extends the moratorium imposed by local law number 3 of 2025 to March 2nd, 2026.
Correct.
In addition, if you would, that's to change the local law, and that would also change the title of the resolution to reflect the same. So, your resolution and your local law. Because we need to then put this local law in that form, send it over to the county, and then Jen will
Right.
notice the public of that exact date. Is everybody comfortable with that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So if we get a motion and a second,
Cynthia gave a motion, so forward, we need a second.
Okay. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
and just to be clear on, because there's specific time periods,
Right.
I am going to hand the board a revised local law, each member of the board, of the board, this revised local law needs to, this was introduced, and now, this will be the local law that we're sending to press and to the county planning.
So now I will need a motion to set the public hearing and refer the amended local law extending the moratorium.
So move.
second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. Our next action item tonight is, once again, I'm asking the board to waive the re-levy fee for water for our 2026 tax bills. You'll recall last year, we waived it because we acquired the company on October 1st, and the re-levy just was too quick, and we were afraid of making mistakes. This year, what we found is the way our billing structure is, some people owe nominal amounts, and they may be unaware of the fact that they owe those nominal amounts, and we have a $100 re-levy fee. So I'm asking the board to, once again, for this year only, hopefully, waive the re-levy fee. We do have a plan to correct that so that people will be aware, but, I mean, some people owe like 7 cents, and we would re-levy that and charge them $100, and it seems a little prohibitive, so I'm asking that,
So what is the total fee?
it's $100.
$100?
So-
I'm asking that we waive that. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Second.
Further discussion? Hopefully, we won't be back next year, but one never knows. Oh,
We didn't vote on it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we, as you know, National Grid raised rates, and there was it was upsetting for people. Well, now, NYSEG is proposing the same sort of rate fee. Assemblywoman Carrie Warner would like to host a free public workshop with about the Public Utility Law Project. She is planning to use this room on Thursday, October 2nd, and the room rental fee for this room is $20 an hour. I'm asking that the board waive that fee for the NYSEG Public Utility Law Project, so that we can get the public informed about moving forward.
Here, open to the public.
Open to the public, it's a public workshop, yes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So again, that is a public workshop at 6:30 to 8 PM here in the Malta Town Hall, Thursday, October 2nd. So if you're a NYSEG customer, I encourage you to please come.
Oh, yeah.
And we have to act on this tonight because our customer care agreement with our AV people expires tomorrow. So that's why I've put it on. It's the same, we're basically renewing the same agreement that we've had with them for ever.
I just have one thought on this, Cynthia. The Public Utility Law Project is an advocacy group.
It is.
So if there's another advocacy group that wants to use the
Sure.
facility for the same reason,
Yeah.
get the same treatment.
Yeah.
Thanks.
They can get us more.
Motion for the customer care agreement with our AV.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? No. And now, the moment I think a lot of you out there have been waiting for. The last the last item on our agenda to be acted on tonight is to authorize a topographic survey of Silver Beach Road at the Colomer Road intersection. We've had a lot of complaints from residents down there that there is a possible hazardous situation that is causing a ponding situation at the end of Colomer Road. So our engineer and our town attorney recommend that we perform a topographic survey of Silver Beach at Colomer Road to really understand what the issues are. Everybody has an idea about what they think the issues are, but this was a recommendation. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Second. And in that proposal, they are going to be providing recommended solutions, correct? I thought I read as part of their
Yes.
proposal plan.
Yes.
So they're going to go look at it. They're going to, professionals, whatever, scope it out, map it out, and come up with a recommendation to this town of how to make a corrective action.
Yep, part of the scope is a remedial plan.
I want to imagine the experts will know. And I can't see why not.
Let's hope. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a time at the end of our meeting every time to have additional public comments. If anybody out there wants to make any additional comments? Y'all came out tonight and nobody wants to say anything, huh? Maybe next
Watching
time.
us.
But Elle's anxious to go because the Jets come on at 7:15. Oh, Mr. Bablin has a comment.
4137 Silver Beach Road. So I just have one simple question. So how, there's going to be recommendations after this study, correct?
Yes.
How bound by the board are you to act on those or implement those recommendations? And if, say, someone like at the highway department doesn't like it, so he or that person running the highway department negate the whole plan?
I mean, the highway superintendent has a certain amount of authority, so we'll see what the remedial plans are. I can't really make that until we know what the,
So I'm just throwing that
yeah.
question out.
And I'm going to say common sense is going to prevail,
Okay.
all right? Now granted, if the cost is astronomical to redig and re-road the whole place, maybe not. But if we got to do some agricultural rerouting of water, need be, and digging, I can't see why that's not obtainable. It'll be my, listen to the professionals. We're paying them, so it would behoove us to listen to them.
Anything else?
Thank you for the study.
Yep. I will ask then that we actually go into executive session to discuss a matter of attorney-client privilege. And I will assure everyone that no other further action will be taken tonight, so you don't all have to hang around, and I will ask that the highway superintendent join us in that executive session. Anybody?
So move.
Second.
You okay with that? All right. All right, see y'all next time. Thanks.